In the sanctuary, the god of wisdom, Nahida, invites 8 of the smartest, most intelligent, and most cunning people of Teyvat for a challenge. She announces that they must complete a series of tasks, including a maze, an escape room, a pattern recognition puzzle, and more, which challenges their ingenuity, teamwork, and intellect. They only have 3 hours to complete the trials, and if they are successful, she will grant them the ability to talk to whoever person they want, dead or alive. She allows the use of visions or powers, and actually encourages them to think outside the box. Intrigued by the prize, they agree to do the archon's trial, and see if they are worthy to challenge the wisdom of a god. The timer starts, and Nahida signals that the trials have begun, once they step outside the sanctuary. Outside, they were met with 3 challenges that they have to complete. A mirror challenge on easy difficulty, where they have to make light reflect in a certain way. A maze on medium difficulty, where they have to collect 3 gemstones, and then find the exit. And a pattern recognition puzzle, on hard difficulty, where they have to find what all the characters present there have in common. After a few minutes of discussing, they assign the roles based on everyone's strengths. They had a peculiar approach, assigning 4 to the pattern recognition puzzle, and 4 to the maze, leaving no one at the mirror challenge. This decision is partly due to Albedo's hunch. At the maze, Albedo announces he was right, and utilizes his idea, measuring the length of the walls. Since the god of wisdom encouraged ingenuity, he knew the challenges will likely have a trick, or a cheat code. Using his geovision, he creates a small elevator that allows him to see above the walls and figure out where to go. He stays at the start with his elevator and swiftly directs Hazo to the pyro crystal, Yelan to the hydro crystal, and Ayato to the dendro crystal. Since they are pretty fast and know exactly where to go, because of Albedo, they get the crystals in no time. But at the pattern recognition, it doesn't seem so easy. The characters present there are Bennett, Tyneri, Goro, and Lynette, and they have to figure out what they have in common. Lisa tries the obvious answer, which is that they are all from different nations, but it was wrong. Kokomi thinks it won't be something simple, like something from their outfit or occupation, but something very specific, since it's supposed to be a hard challenge. She thinks they should interview each one and ask about their relationships and beliefs, to see if they find something that matches. Miko thinks it isn't a bad idea, and they each take one person to interrogate. Meanwhile, Albedo guides the 3 others to the exit, after they easily got the crystals. It's a bit tricky guiding 3 different people, but Albedo is great with his directions, and gets them all to the exit with relative ease. As for him, he memorized the way out when he was in his elevator, and is now just running through it. Once the 3 got out, they took on the mirror challenge, and solved it at lightning speed. With their combined intellect and problem-solving skills, it was a piece of cake, easily getting the Geo Crystal. Now back to the pattern, they are still having a bad time. They tried so many different things, on what they have in common, getting very specific, like that they have a good friend that had red eyes. It took so long that the others have finished, and now 8 of them are at this challenge, but they still can't figure it out. Suddenly, Lisa thought of something, and pondered on the rules of the game, in the first pattern she mentioned. She made everyone leave the trial, except Yelan, claiming having them all there was sabotaging them. Lisa told her the pattern, and then left the challenge. Yelan says that the pattern is everyone is from a different nation, finally getting the challenge correct. Lisa explained that the trial said they have to find what all the characters present there have in common. That also includes the competitors who went into the challenge, not just the people already inside. The nation thing didn't work before, because the people present aren't all from a different nation, but if it's just Yelan, the pattern now works, as she's from Liyue, a unique nation. They got the Anemo, Electro, and Cryo Crystal upon solving it, unlocking the next set of challenges. 2 hours remaining. There are now 4 trials ahead, and all of them are on hard difficulty. A detective challenge, where they have to figure out who stole a special artifact, a riddle room, where they will be asked 10 trivia questions and riddles regarding Teyvat and its history, a combat challenge, where they have to defeat an army of monsters in a certain amount of time, and a photo challenge, where they have to recreate the pictures plastered on the wall. They discuss and realize they need a lot of people on the photo challenge, with it being very tedious. They plan to split 4 and 4, when Miko claims that she's confident she can do the riddle room on her own. With her amazing memory and long life, she doubts any of the questions will trouble her. Kokomi adds that she's certain she can do the combat challenge, and just needs one other person to assist her. Albedo volunteers to help her in that trial. Ayato suggests for Hazel to do the detective challenge on his own, and he agrees, with it being his job after all. With 4 of them remaining, they go to the photo challenge, and with 4 pictures, they each take 1 photo, saving them a lot of time. Miko wasn't lying when she said she was confident. She breezed through all the questions, and finished much faster than everyone else, having great knowledge of Teyvat, as she was alive through most of it. In the combat challenge, Kokomi told Albedo all of the strategies needed on how to defeat the monsters as fast as possible. It didn't matter if it was just the 2 of them fighting, as she was used to being outnumbered in combat, but still coming out on top. In addition, with her strong healing, Albedo didn't need to worry about being defensive, so he can go all out and just focus on the offense. They managed to defeat the trial pretty easily, and did it in a decent amount of time too. The photo challenge was also going along great. Alhaitham, Ayato, and Yelan were all very fast runners, and easily figured out where to take the picture. Lisa picked the easiest and nearest picture, so she didn't have to travel much, but still got the job done. As for Hazel, his challenge couldn't be solved fast, unlike the others, as detective work requires patience, and looking at all the small details. Once he figured out a big clue though, it was basically over from there, being able to connect the dots, and swiftly catching the culprit. After completing it all, they enter the last challenge, with 30 minutes remaining. Everyone is trapped in their own escape room, based on how fast they finish their trial. Although it wasn't very hard to solve, especially with their brilliance. Lisa thinks it's a bit anticlimactic for a final challenge, as everyone starts to solve it and escape the room, one by one. But out of nowhere, Hazel screams to them that he can't get out of his escape room, as there isn't a puzzle to solve. The room is just completely empty. The others start to walk around, wondering if it's a mistake, when they stumble upon 4 paths. The God of Wisdom appears, and announces that this is the real final challenge. She says that one of the paths leads to the key that will free Hazel, and another leads to the exit, while the 2 others are dead ends. Seems easy enough, but as a twist, she says that she mind-controlled one of them, and won't say who. Good luck, suddenly disappearing. They see that they only have 16 minutes left. Lisa estimates that it would take around 5 minutes to reach the end of the room, and another 5 minutes to go back. It will also take another 6 minutes to free Hazel, and exit out of the trial. The others think so too, so they can't check each one, as they will run out of time. Ayato then proposes an idea. They should split on where to go, in a special way. 3 people should go on one path, another 3 on a different path, while he goes alone. This way, the mind-controlled person would have no say, as they would always be outnumbered. If none of them find the key, or the exit, it must be the path they haven't gone to. The others agree with the idea, and they go off. Ayato finds the exit, and reports it back to the others. Alhaitham's group says they have the key, while Miko's group just found a dead end. Ayato then orders Yelan to go back and free Hazel. He also reassures them that they just need to go to his path, and then they can be free. Suddenly, Alhaitham opposes that idea, saying he thinks Ayato is being mind-controlled by Nahida, and they should go to the unexplored path. He objects, claiming Alhaitham must be the one mind-controlled by that out-of-nowhere accusation. He claims to have made that clever idea. Why would he propose something that would sabotage himself? Alhaitham then points out that this entire time, Nahida has been in control of the game. She never mentioned when the mind control started, so they have to consider everyone's actions from the beginning. Just now, he made Yelan leave, when someone like himself would be faster. Second, think back to their discussion earlier. He made Hazel take the detective challenge alone, the one that ended up taking the longest. This resulted in him having the empty escape room, almost like he planned it to happen. By doing this, Ayato got rid of the player who had the highest chance of figuring out he's actually Nahida. Same for Yelan. He also ended up being the one to find the exit, an unlikely occurrence. Al-Haytham claims, "It's all too much to be a coincidence. His actions show that he had more knowledge about the game than any of them, and it's because he did, as he is mind-controlled by the one who created the trials." After a quick 4-to-1 vote, Yelan and Hazo arrive, and everyone follows Al-Haytham to the unexplored path. With anticipation, everyone waits to see if they were correct, and they see that they were right. They exit out of the room, completing the trials, and Nahida stops Ayato's mind control. She congratulates them for solving her challenge, and applauds their thinking and ingenuity. As for their prize, they just need to take some rest, and the person they want to talk to will appear in their dream. Who do you think they chose to have a chat with? The end. Thank you all so much for watching. Give a like if you ended up enjoying this video, and subscribe to see more of my future content. Bye.